Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Understanding Life Science with Agnijeeta, and in this channel I will be uploading different interesting contents of life science along with some fun facts of life science. Now if you are a new viewer on my channel, let me first introduce myself. My name is Agnijeeta. I am from Kolkata, West Bengal and India. I did both my graduation and post-graduation in food science and nutrition management from J.D. Birla Institute, particularly Jadavpur University, and I was also a topper in that university as well. Now that you have got to know about me, it's time that we move into the main video. Okay, now tell me something, that have you ever thought like how you came onto this planet, or like how I, an elephant, a fish, a whale, a bird, an insect, a bacteria, how all those things came onto existence on this planet? This is something we should think about, isn't it? You don't have to think so much about it, because all these things have a basic unit behind it, or you can say it as a secret behind it. And what is that secret? The name of the secret is cell. And so in today's class we will be studying about what is this cell, how does it look like, what's its structure, how do it function, and how, well, like we are all humans, like how you are entirely made up of cells. Now before moving into the main video, let us look at the table of contents.
These are the basic points that I will be discussing in today's video. That is, discovery of cell, cells of human body, levels of organization, types of cell, structure of cell, plant and animal cell, and finally the question answer session. Okay, so let's start with this video. So as I told you that the topic of today's video is cell structure and function, and before we go deep down into these details of this topic, we first need to understand that who discovered this thing called as cell. So let's go to that thing. So coming to the discovery of cell part. Now the person or the scientist who discovered a cell was called as Robert Hooke, and this person used a simple cork like this. He took a section of it, and with the help of his very own microscope that he invented on himself for the first time, he used that microscope and and he showed the cells how they look like under the microscope. But one thing, as this cork is a non-living thing, we won't be discussing about this cork cell particularly. As it is a life science subject, we will be mainly discussing about what is a plant cell and what is an animal cell. Now let's move into the details. Okay, now assume this is you, and you will be amazed by listening to this thing, that how many different types of you have within your body and how they work. So coming to the next topic is called as the cells of the human body. There can be brain cells, liver cells, muscle cells, even blood cells and intestinal cells. These are not only the 5 types of cells within you. This is just an example that I have shown to you. You have even more than this. Now you must be always thinking that why I am always talking about cell. What is a cell actually? Cells are mainly the structural and the functional unit of an organism. And you will be amazed to hear that your own body, it has more than 100 trillions of cells. Yes, you heard it correct. Not million, not billion, but 100 trillion cells, along with more than 200 types of cells your body has. Now these cells, they are continuously dying within you, and they are also regenerating. This is how you are growing every day. And coming to the function of the cells, these cells helps to digest our food, removes waste, heals cut, carry oxygen, and so lot of things they have to do. That is why we humans can function very well every day. Now let me show you how you are particularly made up of cells. So first let us take a cell only. Now what will happen is that when this particular cell will come along with other different cells, it will form a tissue like this, and if many tissues come together, it will form an organ like this, and when other organs come along with each other, it forms a complete system. For example, if this heart we take along with the entire blood vessels in our body, it will form that circulatory system within us. And this entire thing is called as the levels of organization. Now, coming to the next topic, that is types of cell. Now, there are basically two types of cell. What are they? Let us also see. Yes, so they are mainly the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell. Now, pro means in this case it is called as the primitive. Now, as it's a primitive kind of cell, it will not contain a true nucleus. It will not have any membrane bound organelles within it. But now coming to this eukaryotic cell. Now eukaryotic cell, as you can see, it is such a beautiful cell, a matured cell having a true nucleus within it, and it will also have different membrane bound organelles in it as well. So see, we finally understood what is this prokaryotic cell and this eukaryotic cell, and always remember you have U within it, that is eukaryotic cell. Coming to the structure of the cell, now we will be discussing slowly the different parts of a cell, starting with the first one, that is the cell wall. Now, as you can see over here, this is how the cell wall looks like, and this cell wall is a rigid layer of polysaccharide living outside the cell membrane of the cells of particularly plant, fungi and bacteria. Coming to the functions of cell wall, they mainly help us in maintaining the cell structure, protects the cell wall, allows transmission of water and other substances. Now, coming to the next topic, that is the cell membrane. Now, this is how a cell membrane looks like. We generally call it a lipid bilayer. Now, in between there is lipid, and those yellow dots that you can see, those are mainly the protein on the top as a layer and below as a layer. Now, the cell membrane is also a biological membrane that separates the interior of all the cells from the outside environment. Now, let us also see the function of cell membrane. It is selectively permeable. It protects the cell structure. It helps in formation of cell organelles and nuclear membrane. Coming to the next point, that is the cytoplasm. Now, as you can see, I have already marked that labeling thing where the cytoplasm is, and the cytoplasm is a thick solution that fills the cell, and it is enclosed by the cell membrane where all the cell organelles are located in the cytoplasm. Now, let us go into the function of the cell, and particularly cytoplasm. It helps in the metabolic activities that takes place. Next, coming to the thing that where cytoplasm is the initial part of respiration which takes place. Next is it is the place where all our cell organelles are also embedded to carry out different functions. So we are also understood this thing about cytoplasm as well. Coming to the next point, which is called as the nucleus. Now, as you can see the picture of this nucleus, it is very similar to our Earth, having a core inside it. And what are the function of nucleus? Okay, before function of this nucleus, let us understand what it is particularly. Nucleus is the large membrane bound organelle that contains genetic material, nuclear bodies and nucleoplasm. Now, coming to the functions, it helps in transmitting hereditary character through DNA. It controls all the metabolic activities of a cell. It helps in cellular reproduction, very important point. Another, it helps in the synthesis of RNA and protein. Coming to the next point, that is the mitochondria, which is very, very important. Now, this is how a mitochondria looks like. The mitochondria is particularly a double membrane bound organelle found in most eukaryotic organisms, in which the biochemical process of respiration and energy production occur. Now, as you can see, as I have told you, it's a double membrane. That is why the inner membrane is there and the outer membrane is there. Let us understand the function as well. Now, as this mitochondria is very much responsible for that energy production thing, that is why we call them as the powerhouse of the cell. And next point is the Krebs cycle, which is also an important procedure that takes place in this mitochondria as well. Coming to the third point, it helps in the production of energy in the form of ATP, and we all know that the full form of ATP, it is adenosine triphosphate. Coming to the last and the fourth function of the mitochondria is it also helps in the synthesis and beta oxidation of fatty acid. Next, coming to another point, which is called as the plastid. Now, this is how the plastid looks like, and plastid is again a membrane bound organelle found in the cells of the plants, algae, etc., which contains pigment or food. As you can see, this plastid has stroma within it and granum within it. Now, what are the function of these two important things? Grana takes part mainly in the light phase of photosynthesis, and stroma mainly takes part in the dark phase of photosynthesis. Now, what is this entire photosynthesis? That I will be explaining in my upcoming videos, so that you can get all your concepts absolutely clear. Now, coming to another interesting thing, that this plastid can be again of three different types. That can be a chromoplast, chloroplast, and even a leucoplast, which mainly stores pigments within them along with food. Now we will be understanding about what is endoplasmic reticulum, or in short you can also call it as ER. Now this is how an endoplasmic reticulum looks like. Now, endoplasmic reticulum is a continuous membrane system that forms a series of flattened sac-like structures within the cytoplasm of mainly eukaryotic cells. Now, as you can see, this endoplasmic reticulum are of two types. One, it is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and second, it is a rough endoplasmic reticulum. And why it is rough? Because there is presence of ribosomes in them. Can you see? Obvious. Now let us come to the function of this endoplasmic reticulum. Now, coming to the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it helps in the synthesis of fat and steroid hormone. Coming to the rough endoplasmic reticulum, it helps in the synthesis of protein, and it also forms the supporting framework of the cell within that cell or within that cytoplasm thing. Coming to the next organelle, which is called as the Golgi bodies. Now this is how the Golgi bodies looks like. Yeah, they are quite strange in their structure, and that's why these Golgi bodies are again membrane bound organelles of the eukaryotic cells, that is made up of a series of flattened stacked pouches called the cisternae. Now coming to the functions of the Golgi apparatus. Now it helps in the synthesis and secretion of enzymes and hormones. It also helps in transporting, modifying, and packaging materials into vesicles. And fourth, it also helps in forming acrosome of the sperm. Coming to the next topic, that is the vacuole. Now, why have I said vacuole? Because it is not exactly an organelle. Now, this vacuole thing, as you can see, is again a membrane-bound organelle, or you can say a vesicle within the cytoplasm of a cell, and it contains mainly fluid in it. Now coming to the function, vacuole helps in storing the food, particularly for future use. It also stores excretory product for removal. It also controls osmosis within the cell. Coming to the next organelle, which is called as the ribosome. Now this ribosome, this is how it looks like. It has mainly two parts. The first one is the ribosome large subunit, and the second one is the ribosome smaller subunit. But whatever may be, whether large or small, the function is the same. That is, it helps mainly in the protein synthesis in the cell. So we done with the ribosome as well. Coming to the next topic, that is the lysosome. Now what does this lysosome do, and how does it look like? This is how the entire lysosome looks like. Now lysosomes are again, as you can see, they are membrane bound organelle that contains enzyme, and obviously they are capable of breaking down all different types of biochemical polymers. That is why this lysosome is called as a suicidal bag of the cell. Isn't it strange? Obviously it is. Now coming to the functions, helps in digestion of the food particles that are present particularly within the cell. Next is help in the digestion of the worn out organelles. And third, it engulfs the virus and bacteria and destroys it. In a way, it increases our immunity so that we can fight with the foreign bodies present within us and the bacteria and virus. Now, we are finally done with all these organelles that are present, even the structure, cell wall, cell membrane, everything. Now coming to the one interesting part of this video, where we will be finally understanding what is the basic difference between a plant cell and an animal cell. So let me describe that with the help of a chart. Now tell me, is the cell wall present in both plant cell and animal cell? No, it is only present in the plant cell, not in animal cell. What about cell membrane? Correct, they are present in both. Cytoplasm, yes, they are present in both. Nucleus, same. Vacuole, same. Lysosome, same. And what about this plastid? I hope you will answer this correctly. Yes, it is the only present in the plant cell, not in the animal cell. So what we can understand from this beautiful chart, that cell wall and the plastid thing is only present in the plant cell and not in the animal cell. Rest, all the cell organelles and cell membrane thing are same as that of the plant cell and same as it is present in the animal cell. Let us now go to the most interesting part of this video, that is the question and answer session, where we will be playing a short quiz. For answering every question, you will be getting 3 seconds of time, and you can score even 5 points for each correct answer. So do let me know what is your final score after the end of the quiz in the comment section. So let's start. First, starting with the first question. Who first discovered cell? Is it Robert Hooke, or Leeuwenhoek, or T. Szechuan, or Warsaw? Your time starts now. 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up. The correct answer is Robert Hooke. If you have given me the correct answer, then just go ahead and mention in the comment section that what was the answer you have mentioned for first question, and even do the same thing for the other questions as well. Coming to the second question, example of a prokaryotic cell. Is it an animal cell, or a fungi, or a bacteria, or a plant cell? What do you think? 3, 2, 1, 0, go. Time's up again. So the answer is, what do you think? Correct. It is the bacteria. Coming to the third question. Cell wall of plant is composed of what? If you have heard my video properly, I have already told you the answer in the beginning. Is it carbohydrates, or is it cellulose? Is it lipids, or is it lipoproteins? Think. Time is up again. So the correct answer is cellulose. And coming to the final question of this round, it is ribosomes are the site for what? For photosynthesis, or fat synthesis, respiration, or protein synthesis? What do you think? Time is going. Rush. Tell me the answer. Okay, so the correct answer is protein synthesis. So now a surprise for you all, like whoever have answered me or will be answering me all the correct answers for all these 4 questions, need to write down their total marks in the comment section, and the persons who will be giving me the correct answer, I will be obviously showing all their students' name on my upcoming video, so that to cheer up all my students and so that they can do very well in their exams. Having queries or didn't understand any part? No need to worry. You can go ahead and mention in the comment section or mail me at artisticme.197@gmail.com. I will be happy to answer all your questions. If you find my video interesting and informative at the same time, then please like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. This will help me to stay motivated and come up with more exciting topics on LifeScience. Now, if you are an art person and want to learn anything and everything regarding digital art, then this is my second YouTube channel called as the Agni's Art and Craft. So just go there and have a look.
Thank you so much for watching my video. We'll meet you soon in the next video. Till then, keep learning and understanding life science with Agnijeeta.